which is my normal ritual. But I was sitting here thinking, I've done it again because I had an idea and I was going to talk to you about the drama triangle, and I even wrote, look, I even drew a little triangle. Not very good at drawing, to be honest, but I was sitting here thinking, right, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say about a drama triangle, which is really important in relationships, and we'll go over that. But as I was sitting here thinking what I was going to say, and my mind started to wander, and I've always said on these tapes I'd go with whatever's in my mind, and what started to come up for me was the word can't. And I was thinking about the times in my life when people have told me that, you can't do that, or you can't say that. I talked about in one of these tapes earlier, I was talking about some spiritual experiences, and I was saying about a guy who drowned in a river, and how I'd gotten that message at a spiritualist church. What I didn't say in that tape was when I was a child, I was always told not to go near, it was near my auntie's house, and I was always told, don't go near that river, it's dangerous. So because I was told not to, guess what I did? So one day, I'm trying to test the water's bust its banks, it's flooded, and I'm trying to test how deep it is I'm only a kid, I don't know, 7 maybe, around that age. Couldn't swim, and I'm in my Wellingtons, it's pouring down with rain, I'm in my Wellingtons and my duffel coat, and I decided, because I was told not to go near the river, obviously I'm at the river, and I'm trying to see how deep it is, and I've put my foot in and I fell in. And I think that's probably the closest in my life. I've had a few close experiences, but that's probably the closest I've come to dying. That was really, my life flashed before me. I genuinely thought I was dead. I remember getting out, somehow managed to pull myself out. I got caught on a branch as the river swept me along. And I pulled myself out and going home absolutely drenched, obviously soaked from head to foot. I'd been in the river and getting clobbered for getting wet, which always makes me smile now. I remember telling my mum years afterwards about it, and she said, I didn't realise it was that bad, I thought you'd just been messing about. So that you'd think after that I would learn, when people are telling me not to do things for a reason, don't do it. But unfortunately that doesn't seem to work for me, so when people tell me that I can't, I tend to go and do it. Well, why can't I? I remember a woman a while ago saying to me she was helping me she was going to help me to promote some courses around stress and anxiety for business. She was a businesswoman, and I remember saying to me I had to do a little write-up on the course for her that I wanted to promote, and in this write-up I talked about me experiencing stress, which I do from time to time, and she said to me, you can't say that. And I said, well, why can't I say it? And she said, because I'm a businesswoman, if I want to bring you into my business to help my workers overcome stress and deal with stress, I don't want someone standing up in front of them who's admitting that they get stressed. And I said, yeah, but it's true. I'm not going to lie. Honesty is really important to me. And also the fact that she was telling me that I couldn't, you can't say that, which we ended up not working together. We didn't fall out, we just decided that, we had different values and different morals, and we ended up not working together. And then that got me thinking, I was thinking about just little things. I remember years ago working in a car factory, which I hated, and on my break, it was a massive factory, Peugeot in Coventry, and on my break I'd always go and sit. I was in my early 20s, I'd go and sit with the older guys. I used to like listening to their life stories. I've always liked listening to people's stories. I remember one day the group that I normally sit with, for some reason I'd got into the canteen early and they weren't there, and I ended up sitting beside this other older guy, and I'd never met him before. We just got chatting, and he was telling me all about, he'd had a lot of problems with his son. His son had a lot of mental health problems, and they'd really been through the mill with this lad, and had a lot of trauma. And he was really, this guy was really happy. And he was telling me about how they'd managed to get his son a little flat, and he was in this flat now, and he had a psychiatric nurse come in to visit him. He had a support worker. This guy and his wife were getting him furniture for the flat, and this guy was really happy and really content. And I was listening to him, and he sort of blew me away, to be honest, with how happy he was with everything that he'd been through, and the guy was really happy. And then the guys that I normally sat with came in, and I went and sat with them, and I was saying to them, I've just been chatting to that guy over there, and he was telling me about some of the things, and some of them knew him, And one of them turned around to me and goes, but that's not right. And I said, what do you mean it's not right? And he said, if you've been through all that type of trauma in your life, you shouldn't be happy. Well, shouldn't's another word that gets my back up as well. And I was saying, well, why shouldn't he? You know, the guy's genuinely happy. I couldn't understand why they couldn't accept that this guy was happy, but he was. So I guess the point of this clip, which I'm just working out myself as well, is when we hear the words can't, you know, I always say to people when I'm working with people now, change can't, because a lot of times it's not that we can't do things. Obviously there's times when we can't, but, you know, change the word can't for choose not to, because a lot of times it's not that we can't do something, it's that we're choosing not to at that moment in time. And when I hear the word should, I always challenge the word should. And quite often when I challenge people and say, they're telling me that I should do something, and I say to them, well, why should I? Quite often they can't give me an answer, and they normally get really frustrated and go, because you should, and storm off. And I haven't even said anything, I'm only asking them why they've used the word should. So, you know, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. Maybe, just thinking about something I look at myself, my internal dialogue, I'm always having little internal conversations with myself, and if I find myself telling myself that I can't do something or I shouldn't do something, I always question that, let alone when other people tell me that I can't do something. It's normally a motivation for me to go and do it. So I guess, you know, maybe if you want me to do something, tell me that I can't do it, because I'll probably go and do it. So like I say, I'm off to the gym now. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope that makes sense. And, you know, I was going to talk about a little drama triangle that I mentioned, but we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. It's really interesting in relationships and things like that, what places we take in that little triangle. And we all take a place, you know, we all play these little dramas out. So, like I say, thanks for watching. Thanks for the feedback, for you know, for everybody that's given me really good feedback. Even bumping into people. People are stopping me now and telling me how much they're enjoying these videos, which is great. It's always nice to hear. And quite a few people are asking up as well, trying to book in with me. I'm actually struggling to fit a few people in this week. So, but thanks for all the support, and I'll keep them going as long as people want me to. When we get the group page going, which hopefully will be soon, what I'll do is probably less videos, but just go into a lot more detail about things like the drama triangle. We'll go into it a lot deeper, you know, spend a little bit longer on it, and hopefully it'll make sense to people. Okay, thank you.